From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your MTN Statewide News this Tuesday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, President-elect Joe Biden introduced his first cabinet picks as he unveiled part of his foreign policy and national security team today. Now, this comes as the Trump administration has signed off on letting the formal transition process begin. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President-elect Joe Biden is unveiling key members of his foreign policy and national security team today.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Starting with Tony Blinken, nominated to be Secretary of State. The players are familiar from the Obama administration and notable for their diversity. If confirmed, Alejandro Mayorkas will be the first Latino and immigrant to serve as Secretary of Homeland Security. Avril Haines will be the first female Director of National Intelligence. And Linda Thomas Greenfield, a career diplomat, is nominated to represent the United States at the UN. Mayorkas, a Cuban-American and former refugee, tweeted he will oversee the protection of all Americans and those who flee persecution in search of a better life for themselves and their loved ones.
So do you expect Republicans to put up any significant roadblocks to your nominations?
Are you kidding me?
Former Secretary of State John Kerry will also be joining the National Security Council as a special presidential envoy for climate. President-elect Biden's team will soon be able to get to work within their new agencies preparing to take over on January 20th, now that the Trump administration has signed off on the formal transition process. More than 2 weeks after the election, General Services Administrator Emily Murphy recognized Mr. Biden as the winner. While praising Murphy's work, President Trump tweeted today the GSA does not determine who the next president of the United States will be. Her sign-off does free up more than $6 million in funds and opens up federal office space, including secure facilities for sensitive intelligence briefings. The move also allows the Biden team to begin coordinating with current government officials on key issues, including the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And the president-elect says he has also made his choice for Treasury Secretary, with multiple reports it will be former Fed Chairman Janet Yellen. Now, she would be the first woman ever to hold the position. Well, with the news of Biden's transition starting, President Trump appointed Montana official is now stepping down. U.S. Attorney Kurt Alme announced his resignation effective next week. Alme was recommended by Senator Steve Daines and nominated by President Trump in June of 2017 before being confirmed a couple months later. Well, because it's a political appointment, the president can keep or remove any U.S. attorney. Well, so far today, Montana counties are reporting 8 more deaths from COVID-19 related illness. 2 victims in both Gallatin and Yellowstone counties and 1 in each Park, Powell, Lincoln, and Fallon counties. This is the first reported COVID-19 death in Fallon County. MTN News reports another 800 positive cases today, and the death toll has reached 652. A COVID survivor in Butte is now thanking the medical staff who helped save her life. Caitlin Aglias helps tell her story.
I remember seeing my mom at the door, and I guess it didn't really, I was so sick that I think about it now, and that maybe could have been the last time that I saw her.
Tammy Fisk and her husband both had COVID. The two of them were extremely ill, but as her husband recovered, Fisk got sicker. The morning her husband left to work, she called her mom fearing the worst.
I couldn't keep anything down, even a sip of water. And I called my mom, and the only thing I could say to her is that I was dying.
Her mother rushed her to the hospital. Fisk said that Dr. Eric Lieber immediately went to work, trying to figure out what was wrong.
And he was compassionate, and he was kind to me, and he listened to me and instantly started doing tests.
COVID had caused her pancreas to swell, and she was near death.
I actually ended up with severe sepsis that went through my whole body, and I am lucky by the grace of God that I'm here.
She wanted to thank the doctors and nurses here at St. James for being there for her and saving her life.
Every person there showed me kindness, compassion, care. They never acted like they were tired, or put out or not wanting to be there. They comforted me.
In Butte, Caitlin Aguiles, MTN News.
Thanks, Caitlin. Now, she also wanted to tell all Montanans, that wearing the mask works to stop spreading of the virus. Well, a Helena man is charged with felony deliberate homicide after telling his friend to choose a weapon, then shooting him with it. 31-year-old Corey Kelly appeared in court yesterday. Court documents say he and Mark Luther got into a fight late Friday night in front of several other people at a house party. Kelly laid out several loaded guns on a table and told Luther to pick one. Luther pointed to a military-style M4 rifle, and Kelly shot him in the chest. He was arrested after fleeing the residence and hitting 2 cars in the process. Kelly's bond is set at $250,000. And police detectives have a new lead after a body was found near a Missoula trail over the weekend. Now investigators believe they have a suspect, and the victim was pushed from a wheelchair. A witness reports seeing it happen and hearing the victim shout no. Officers say they hope businesses in the area will check any video footage to help identify a man pushing someone else in a wheelchair that day. Well, families are still picking up the pieces from the Bridger Foothills fire near Bozeman that wiped out nearly 40 homes. Homeowners say they aren't getting some of the assistance they were promised, and they need help. One woman says her insurance company hasn't paid a nickel yet, and smoke damage is too severe for her and her family to return home. She says while the process of dealing with the insurance companies has been frustrating, she can still count on support from fellow Montanans.
It's brought Bridger Canyon together. Neighbors have come to aid, community has come to aid with not only donations but help rebuilding all of our fences, barns, clearing out things that, we needed help getting out right away.
At least 68 total structures were lost in that fire, and 11 others were damaged. Well, all tickets for the Montana Millionaire drawing are gone and once again sold out in record time. Lottery officials say tickets sold out before 5 p.m. on Monday, just yesterday, November 23rd, 9 days earlier than the 2019 tickets and 4 days before the first early bird drawing. Montana Lottery calls it the best chance to win $1 million because only 180,000 tickets are sold. Up next on your noon news, right now finding substitute teachers in our state is a tough assignment, but one school has found a way to make the grade. But first, Brett McCrummon is in next with your statewide weather forecast. Don't go away.